Hello and welcome, guys. It's Leon Street here. And in this video, I'm going to be talking about how to generate more leads and turn them into perfect clients using 5 misunderstood steps. If you're an established coach or consultant and you market your business online, this video is for you. And if you have any questions throughout as I'm going through this mini training, Q&A, answering questions, just please drop them in a comment below this video. Whether you're watching live or whether you're watching on the replay, I will come back to your comments individually and make sure that I reply to them, especially if you're asking specific questions on how to generate more leads, which is what this is about. If you're watching live, you can also give me a thumbs up, a heart, or you can comment below #live, or if you're watching a replay, give me a #team replay. So let's get into this. And I guess if you're here and you're watching this, you want to generate more leads, I do have something coming up for you before we get into the main content. I just want to make you aware of. We have our next More Leads challenge coming up on the 27th of June until the 1st of July, which is a Monday to Friday. Get your tickets now if you want to know how to do the very things and be led and coached and guided by myself and my wife, Magdalena, who've been responsible for many amazing results for coaches over the past 6 years, which I'll get into more a bit later. Just go to More Leads Live. And once you're there, guys, get your ticket now and be part of this training. The training will show you exactly what you need to do to generate more leads. So let's get into today's content and take you through, I guess, exactly what, I want to share with you. And as I mentioned already, guys, if you've got any questions, just let me know. So I want to get into some assumptions, first of all. Now, the assumptions, I guess, from the perspective of you as a coach, the assumptions are this. You know your niche. Yeah. So I'm going to make some assumptions about where you are right now in your coaching business. You have a program and you have an offer to sell the program, and you have all the main social media profiles, and you probably have like a Facebook or a LinkedIn group as well, your own one, and you're putting content out weekly, except the results don't match your goals. So these are the assumptions that I'm going to make. If you're an established coach right now, business coach, life coach, transformation, leadership coach, that type of thing, this is probably you. Now, if that is you, this is what happens as a result. So most end up paying their employees' wages, which you kind of think, well, that's going to happen. Yeah, that is true. However, if you end up paying your employee wages, the only problem you got is that there's not enough or no work to do usually when you're faced with challenges of not generating enough leads. The next thing that usually happens is bills coming faster than revenue being created. And with not enough cash coming in, it creates more stress. And if you have more stress in your business, it really puts the blocks on with creativity and actually taking action a lot of the time. Not always, but a lot of the time. And then what happens if you're not generating enough leads, i.e. leads that turn into prospects and clients? Usually you can end up maxing out credit cards to run a business in order to become wealthy. Instead, it's putting coaches and consultants back into debt. Been there, got the t-shirt, worn the badge, had it all. $65,000 worth of debt. I was trying to claw my way out of a sinking ship, and it didn't happen. And it was a sad story. But, I understand a lot of people, a lot of coaches go through this, and it's because we believe in the vision. But then what happens when you're not generating enough leads as well is that you try everything on social media, organic groups, friend requests, DMs, become lost in the weeds trying to get leads. Yeah. And so those are the outcomes that you may be faced with right now. And finally, paid ads like Facebook ads, Google ads, YouTube ads become a last resort, big expense, and still no qualified leads. And usually what happens is that becomes the nail in the coffin. And the reason why that happens is because usually you use your last few £1,000, dollars, or euros because you're like trying to take a risk. You're trying to take, a punt on it to see if you can drum up some new leads. And usually what happens is it doesn't work out. And I've got many stories of coaches who I've helped who've come literally from that situation. It's like, I tried ads, it didn't work. And usually it's not that the ads didn't work, it's that your message didn't work and what happened after the ad when they clicked and so on and so forth. But let's get into the next steps then. So where do we go from here? I just want to kind of compound, what most coaches are going through and what I experience, as in when people reach out to me, they want to jump on a strategy call, they want to find out and pick my brains, they want to get more information. Leon, how can I get this breakthrough? How can I get to, 10, 20, 30, 50, 70,000 plus a month, selling coaching services? Well, here's a statistic, and it was a statistic that was run by FactWorks, who they were doing research and showing that attracting clients was the number one most important challenge that small businesses face. And that generated 79% of the survey, I guess people who submitted their survey responses, 79%, like that was the number one thing, attracting customers. And do you know how you attract customers? Leads. And so that's what I want to talk about more. We know it's a challenge. We know that coaches are going through, different things, trying to make things work. So let's get into it. More leads method. I've got 5 steps I'm going to take you through. I'm going to talk about these things and also share some of the resources that we've been giving away over the past at least 9 weeks. We've been giving some really great worksheets, some guides, videos, and different resources that help you to go to that next level. So more leads method. Now we have 5 steps, and these 5 steps you will find in our challenge. And I mentioned we've got a challenge coming up, and you can get your ticket now. If you look on the bottom of the screen, whether you're watching this live or on the replay, just go to moreleads.live, opt in with your name and email address, and from there you'll be able to get to the ticket page where you click on the button, get your ticket, and successfully join us. The challenge is around about 9 days away. So it starts on the 27th of June. So make sure you get it. So what am I talking about? Power positioning secrets. So I just want to, kind of give you the first steps of what you need to look at. So the first thing with power positioning secrets is to understand that when you're on social media, you need to be positioned in a way that people are going to take you seriously. And a lot of people, they feel that in order to be positioned in the right way, there's a couple of things that they've got to do. One is I need to write a book, or another one is I need to be running my business for like 12 months, or I need to have like 10, 20, 30, 50 client testimonials. And the reality is that in order to become an authority, it can be done really quickly. Power positioning is about being an authority, and the way that you can position yourself, there's many number of ways. You can do branding by association. So you could do, for instance, like a podcast, and you can interview other experts, and therefore you're branded by those experts because you're interviewing them. You're bringing that content to your audience. You're bringing value to your audience. And so all of a sudden you're positioning yourself by association. The other thing that you can do, which a lot of people don't understand, this is write a book, but a book's probably going to take you anything from 30 days to 6 months to a year. And so books are never my first go-to. I mean, I have a book here, my book, More Leads, More Clients, available on Amazon. But the point I want to get to is that there's a faster way to position yourself as an expert. And one of the easy ways is to identify your niche and explain how you help them solve the problem that they have. Very simple. So when a person comes across your social media profiles, it's just very clear that, that's what this person does. Now, if you update your social media profiles and it clearly identifies or speaks to the niche that you serve and the problem that they have and how you help them to fix it, and it doesn't have to be long-winded, but as long as you've got that, the next step is then to actually create some content. And here's the thing that I want to share with you that can speed up your process to positioning yourself as an authority. You can create a guide, like a 3-page guide. It could even be a 1-page checklist. It could be slightly longer guide, like 5 to 10 pages. Don't do any more than that, because all you want to do is create something that is valuable and that won't take you, more than a few days to put together. If it's less than 1 day, even better. One of the other methods that you can use is to create like a 5 to 10 minute video, like a lead magnet video, meaning you give value away in the video. So you share 1 to 3 tips on how to solve a specific problem. So you break the problem down into 3 key parts and what people can do, and then simply add a call to action to your guide, your checklist, or to your videos. This is what will help you to position yourself, because when you put that guide or that piece of value resource out in front of your niche, so whether it's on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, LinkedIn, and you're speaking directly to your niche, it will attract in, if you're using the right hooks, the right headlines to capture a person's attention, people will see that as a valuable resource to the problem that they have. And this is one of the fastest ways to position yourself. It doesn't require you to get, you know, another coaching certificate to prove that you can coach. It doesn't require you to go write a book. It doesn't require you to be in business for more than like 12 months. It's a real powerful way. But if you are an established coach, which is most of the types of coaches that I speak with and what we deal with and help, then this is one of the fastest ways. And usually you've probably got other resources you've created in the past, perhaps trainings that can be broken down or repurposed, and you can share as a lead magnet or some type of resource. So when it comes to power positioning, a lot of the times it's about using resources that you have already or knowledge that you have already and simply packaging it in bite-sized chunks that people can request, and you can send it to them as a PDF, guide, Google document, or a link to a video, perhaps on YouTube or directly on Facebook or LinkedIn or whatever platform you're on. And so it makes life easy. So step one in Power Position Secrets is understanding how to position yourself as an authority. And so, as I said, don't take the long-winded approaches. What you're looking for is creating something small, something easy to consume. And the reason for that is, in this day and age, human beings in general, their attention spans aren't that great. And I think Microsoft did some research and found that our attention spans actually last around about 7 to 8 seconds, which is crazy. I think it was only like 10 years ago, it was 12 seconds, and before that, perhaps much longer. And obviously it's because of devices like this and, you know, access to different things so fast on iPads, tablets, all those kind of devices. Anyway, so that's step number one. We got 4 more steps to go through in the More Leads method, and I want to take you through that now. So overflowing lead sources. One of the other challenges or problems that I come across with coaches is like, what's the right place to generate leads? Like, where can I get leads? And, you know, it's an interesting topic because quite often people are overlooking the platforms that they're already on, whether it's Facebook, LinkedIn. If you're not really on LinkedIn, but you sell B2B, business to business, then it's worth exploring. You know, LinkedIn has a lot of business owners on there, and you'll find that you'll get customers on there. I mean, I do. So you got Facebook, you got LinkedIn, you got TikTok, you got Instagram, there's YouTube. Now, overflowing lead sources is knowing exactly how you can go onto these platforms and penetrate lead flow. Yeah. And when I say lead flow, it's about traffic, and it's about understanding, is this platform right for me? And, you know, if I had one piece of advice I'd give to anybody right now who wants to generate more leads, which is what I'm talking about today, but breaking it down into the 5 steps, and we're on the second one, is find one platform and go all in on that platform. And the reason being, like most of the coaches that I speak to, they're either selling a 5 to 25K coaching program, and they don't quite require hundreds or thousands of customers. What they require is somewhere in the region of 10 to perhaps like 30. And, you know, if you do the numbers and you start working out, let's say you sell a 10K coaching program, well, it only takes 10 clients to do 6 figures. If you do 20 clients or 30 clients, well, 200, 300K. And so if you're selling a coaching program, you have an offer that is priced between 5 to 25K, you know, the numbers don't have to be astronomical in terms of how many leads you need. And what I'll do is give you a breakdown of the conversion rates, the typical conversion rates that I experience, so you understand perhaps how many leads that you actually need to attract into your business. If that would be useful, just let me know below in a comment, like, yeah, I would like to know what the conversion rates are. Yeah, would you? I'll let you know anyway. So if you want to attract leads, you've got to find the right sources. Now on Facebook, I'll just give you some insights. Groups are a real great way. So groups don't require you to run paid ads. Groups require you to invest time. One of the ways that I leverage that is I put my VAs into groups. I put my VAs on the follow-up process. But if you use Facebook groups, they're a great way to find your niche, find where they're hanging out, to see what your niche and your market is talking about, to understand what the problems are that they're experiencing. And the more that you understand and see the signals as to what people are talking about, and as those problems relate to the solutions that you can provide them, it should give you a good indicator that that's a great source. So Facebook groups are really big. Facebook has invested a lot of money into groups, and they have a few more features than perhaps LinkedIn groups. And it's all about keeping people on the platform, and that's why they're really good. It doesn't require you to invest money, but it doesn't require, as in money for paid ads, it requires you to invest time, which can also mean money, especially if you're putting your team onto your social media to manage this for you. So as I mentioned, LinkedIn groups work really well. And on Facebook and LinkedIn, there are some real monster groups. You'll find groups with like 5,000, 10,000, 100,000. Some groups on LinkedIn I've seen with like 1 million plus members. And what that means is if you pick the right niches, you should be able to find sources of where your audience is hanging out. And the best way to find them is simply go to the search bar at the top on Facebook or on LinkedIn and start to search for keywords related to either the problem or the job titles or roles that your niche have. And that way you'll stumble across some great sources. For me, Facebook groups have been really cool. We have our own group. If you want to join our group as well, guys, if you're watching this video in our group, then obviously you're already in. If you're not in our group for business and life coaches, for our business and life coaches community, just comment group below. We've got almost 1,000 really great members in our group, and we put a lot of great content in there, and we don't allow spam. So it's a really great group to access resources, different trainings, and so on, and the things that we put out each week. So just comment groups below this, and I'll send you the link so that you can join our group. If you're on LinkedIn watching this, we also have a LinkedIn group because we don't want you guys to feel like you have to go to Facebook. So just comment groups, and on whatever platform you comment, my team will reach out and make sure you've got the link to join the appropriate group. So the next thing I want to talk about in terms of lead sources is places like TikTok or places like Instagram. In order to find the best overflowing sources is look at competitors, look at people who are in your market, perhaps not directly serving your niche in the same way that you do, but look at them, look at the hashtags that they're using on these platforms, look at the content that they're putting together. And quite often I come across coaches who are stuck for what types of content, they should be putting out. And I'll get into this a bit more in a moment, but I spoke briefly already about it in step 1, which is power position secrets. But the point I want to get to is that when you look at competitors or you look at people who are in your market and you're looking at their content, you're looking for the ones who are already getting engagement, getting comments, getting likes, right? Because that will give you an indicator as to what your audience like to interact with, like to consume, like to watch. And this will give you an idea as to perhaps how you need to package your message, how you need to put together the message to actually attract in the people that you want to build your audience. And quite often, what I find in social media is that when it comes to building your audience, that's the one thing, a lot of experts will speak about in terms of building your email list or building your audience on social media platforms. It's the one thing that gives you the opportunity to not be, I guess, kind of laid down with the fact that you don't have any fresh leads being generated, being built. What it gives you is a resource that you can tap into when you have new offers, when you have new content, and you want to attract people in. Let me just wipe my nose. The weather is really great in the UK right now, but unfortunately, I do suffer from a bit of hay fever. So every now and again, I have to, take care of business. For those of you who are in, I guess, different countries where you don't really have so much grass and greenery like we do in the UK, then, you guys are great. A couple of weeks ago, I was in the Dominican Republic and I was enjoying like 30 to 32 degrees Celsius, and the weather was great. No hay fever. Come to the UK and we're just hitting 30 degrees. It's like, Anyway, let me get back into this. I digress. The point that I wanted to get to is that with these other platforms, you do want to look at your competitors and the people who are doing really great things. Now, the cool thing for me is that those pieces of content that you see from competitors and the people that you see who are serving your market, they're already giving you insights into perhaps what can work. And it doesn't mean that you copy. It's about having insight. It's about understanding structures. And we're going to get onto structures of messaging in a moment and what you can actually do. But the point I want to get to is that don't look at competitors or people in your market and think, I don't want to be like them, so I don't want to look at what they're doing. Success leaves clues. There's a reason why people read books. There's a reason why people buy coaching programs, as you know, guys, as coaches. It's because if you are able to model somebody else and look at what they're doing, use the key parts that you think really work or that can serve you and your clients, that's what it's about, guys. So with overflowing lead sources, look at Facebook groups, look at LinkedIn groups, be consistent with your content, and then look at places like TikTok and Instagram. Do your research, go into the search box, type in hashtags, look at what things like what content is being created around the keywords and topics that you would otherwise, be known for with regards to job titles, or your niche be known for, or the problem that you solve. Like, these are great places to search. There's a lot of tools out there that can offer you hashtag research, show you what are the popular hashtags. There's a few other things that can allow you to do research and diagnostic on Instagram and TikTok against certain profiles, and they'll give you more insight and information. So just search on Google or on YouTube and you'll find them. There's tons of free tools, guys. So let me get into step 3. And step 3 is hot qualified leads. This is where I want to talk about content, specifically. I'm just going back to comments, actually. Who got here? I think it's Mira. So great that you do that. Thank you very much, Mira, and thank you for this. You're welcome. Thank you for your comments. So I want to talk about hot qualified leads. So hot qualified leads, this is the thing that all coaches are looking for, right? We want the right type of people who are going to be our perfect future clients, the kind of clients that become case studies, that become testimonials, that pay us on time, that don't question paying us. They don't want, the earth. They actually just want what it is that you're offering in your coaching programs. Perfect fit clients, clients that align with your values, clients that align with your business culture. Isn't that what we're after, right? It starts with getting hot qualified leads. Now, in order to attract hot qualified leads, it starts with you actually knowing who your niche is. And quite often, I come across a lot of coaches, they understand their niche, but their message doesn't reflect their niche, and meaning it doesn't have empathy. It doesn't identify the emotions they're going through. It doesn't really clearly explain or show people that you understand the problem that you can help your niche to fix. And because of this, there's a breakdown. And when we get deeper, and I'm going to give you a quick example in a moment, when we get deeper into messaging, there's also a challenge that coaches have where they're not specific to the things that trigger humans psychologically. And so what I mean by that is humans are triggered by benefits. Humans are triggered by emotions. Humans are triggered by real results related to the problem that they have. And they're also triggered by specificity, meaning, can you provide timeframes for the outcomes that you're perhaps promising, or the outcomes that you've got for your previous clients? And when you start to package all these things together, this is where your content starts to win. Personality, emotion, specificity, outcomes, giving the human psyche exactly what it wants. And so let me get into this a bit more. When it comes to marketing is all about persuasion. And the more you get into persuasion, guys, if you're an established coach right now, and you probably get this, if you sold a coaching program from 5 to 25K or even more, I've got some clients who've got like a 100K coaching program. You start to understand that the more you run business, it's more about psychology. Yeah. And if you understand psychology, you can master marketing. And if you're a coach right now and you're an amazing coach for your clients, you'll also understand that to be an amazing business owner, to run your coaching business, you need to have marketing on lock. It needs to be something that's done every day, every week. And it's like the key thing that is going to allow you to get the clients and do the amazing coaching, that you do. It starts with marketing. Hot qualified leads is all about generating or creating messages that attract people in. Now, I give away a 5-step framework, and I also have a guide that explains exactly the type of messages on social media, whether it's text, images, or video, that can help you to generate leads. I call it hand-raising posts. I also show my clients, especially my coaching programs, how to create content, long-form content that also gets people to raise their hands. Now, what I'm going to do is share on screen. I'm just going to load up in the background. Just give me a second, guys. I'm going to give you an example of some content that you could perhaps use in order to generate leads. Now, this content is available in one of my guides, and the guide is called, just give me a second. It's called The Secret Client Magnet. And the Secret Client Magnet is all about generating hot qualified leads. So if you want a copy of the guide, comment Client Magnet. I was just thinking of the name. Client Magnet. So that's the word. Comment Client Magnet below this video, and I'll send you a link where you can put your name and email in, and I will email you. So you get an automatic email in about 5 minutes to your inbox, and you'll get the PDF link that you can just download straight away. So let me find the example that I wanted to share with you guys right now. So the Secret Client Magnet, here we are. And let me just load this up. Okay. Share screen. So now I'm hoping everything works. Where are we? Google Chrome. The secret client magnet. Okay. Here we are. Adobe Acrobat. There we are. So this is the guide, but what I wanted to get your attention on specifically, guys, is I'm going to share one of the templates that I have in here. So this is available if you want it. I can see somebody already who's just requested it. Just comment client magnet below this, guys, and I'll come back to you after this live stream and send you the link so you can download this for free. So it's a PDF. It's called the Secret Client Magnet, how to attract 5 leads a day on social media and turn that into $15,200 a month or more without running paid advertising. But I'm just going to skip through this. You guys can do all the reading. It explains some of the results. It explains the method that we use. But there's one particular thing that I want to get into, which is what it talks about here, which is not the overwhelming marketing, not the strategy. You can see some of the results in here, which I'll get onto in a moment. But it's this. So here's one of my clients who used the methods that I give away in the Secret Client Magnet. You can see here, if I zoom in, this is one of my clients who was able to generate, as you can see, 700 leads in 3 days with one of her fertility posts. She's a natural fertility consultant. She's a doctor. She's one of my clients. And so that was the result she got with what I'm just about to share with you. So this was the actual post that she used, and this is something I call a hand-raising post. And if you've been in marketing a little while as a coach, you may, I say may, but it's usually marketers, people like me, you may have come across a person called Dean Jackson. So Dean Jackson is like one of the old school marketers from like late 90s and so on. And he was part of the rise of, I guess, internet marketers as we know them today. But he came up with this thing called the 9-word email. And what you see on screen right now as a hand-raising post is an extension of his 9-word email. And the whole point of the 9-word email is simply to put in place an outcome or what your niche desire, and show them how, or the specific result of what's possible in a specific time frame, or just to make it easy so they can get access to it with a call to action. That's all it is. Very simple. So you can see in this one, my client used, I created a list of 20 fertility recipes that help my clients to become pregnant naturally. That's the outcome that her niche are after. Who would like a free copy? And so you can see that that's the call to action. So very simple. But if you want all of this, there's much more in this guide. I give you 3 key things that you need to do in order to become, a coach who can generate 5 leads a day. I give you the breakdown of the system. As you can see, I'm just scrolling through it. I also show you how to put together an offer, all in this guide, and actually have another worksheet for creating offers. And you can see I've had some great results with other clients, 10,000, 18,000. But anyway, so that's the template. And in this guide that I'm talking about, I'm going to stop sharing that screen for a moment. In that guide, there is actually a free template of how to create your own message. So, you can walk through that. If you want a copy of that, so let me know. But hot qualified leads, what I wanted to get across was it really is about knowing your niche. It's about putting a message together that psychologically persuades people to take action. And if you don't know how to do that, that's part of the problem as to why you're not generating hot qualified leads. I've got one more thing I want to share with you. I come across a lot of coaches who say, oh yeah, I know how to do those types of messages, or I've done those in the past. And if that's you, I want to share an insight. When I first started my coaching business, because I have a track record of having marketing agency as well, before my coaching business, what I found in the first 12 months at the time, because I had 2 business partners, because of the 3 of us were working on 3 different things at once. We were working on projects, but we were able to do individual things in order to deliver training and some of the things we needed to put in place in order to build the business. The point that I wanted to get to is that we were able to cycle through a lot of implementation. So we would, for instance, create one training webinar and then we'd update it to version 2, version 3. So we kept cycling through. And so we got better and better and better. And after 12 months, we'd created a really great business. But we all decided to go our separate ways. I continued the coaching business with what I run now called Business Owner Elevation. But the key thing I want to get your attention on and share this point, I find a lot of coaches say that they know things, but they don't actually have results where they have tested, implemented, took the good things and continued with those and stripped away the things that aren't working. Now, what I'm getting to is that that's what marketing is all about. Marketing is a constant test to make your message better, to make your marketing system better, so that you can generate 10, 20, 30, 50, 70 plus 100K a month in sales. Now, I also come across coaches, once they say to me, yeah, I've done that in the past, but then that kind of gives me a signal as to that they're not testing, they're not implementing. I'm just saying to you, if you're looking for the silver bullet or you're looking for the secret, that's the secret, guys. Because until you get to a point where you understand actually what triggers your audience based on your individuality, your personality, and the way that you deliver your content, you'll be forever scratching your head, like, I don't know, knocking on the door of 5 to 10K a month, but never really exceeding that. Yeah. The ones who exceed that understand that actually we need to test constantly to make the message or to get the message that's best so that we can run it. And there's a time where that message will actually start to fatigue. It won't work anymore. It might be 12 months. It might be 3 months. It might be 18 months. It might be 2 years. But the point is, you've got to go through those steps to continually win and generate hot qualified leads. So, if you want a copy of that guide, more leads, just comment more leads below and I'll make sure I send you the link to get the PDF. Anyway, we're going to move on to step 4. So step 4 is, it's a no-brainer, irresistible offer. This is the key thing. I've dripped this in throughout this video today, guys. And if you've been enjoying this, just let me know. Just give me a thumbs up, guys, that you've been enjoying the content. Also, for those of you watching the replay, I've mentioned a couple of times, if you're a coach selling a 5 to 25K offer, that's usually where most coaches are. I find a lot of coaches who are under 5K, to be quite fair, probably about 80% of coaches that we come across. But then I also then come across the coaches who figured it out. Actually, I can easily demonstrate the value that I give, so therefore I can charge 5 to 25K. I'm not saying that everybody's going to start out there, guys. You're probably going to start out like, I've seen people doing 50 to 100 euros, dollars, or pounds an hour. And then eventually they figure out what they need to do is stop selling sessions and create packages. And then they move their packages from 1,000, 2,003 to 5. And then, the world's their oyster, so to speak. But the way you do that is you've got to create something that I coined the term a no-brainer irresistible offer, something called an NBI offer. Now, I think we gave away my NBI offer worksheet, I don't know, about 3 weeks ago. If you want a copy of that, just type the word NBI underneath this video and I'll make sure you get a copy of that worksheet. And there is a walkthrough video, but I'm going to give you the insides of what that is. Now, the NBI offer is all about creating a no-brainer irresistible offer. And a no-brainer irresistible offer simply means that when you put that offer in front of a hot qualified lead and prospect, then it becomes easy, no-brainer, meaning like, it's a done deal, irresistible, like they really want it. And the offer is the fact that it's there, obviously, for you to sell something. It should be that the person just really wants it. Now, the one thing that I come across a lot with coaches is that they don't articulate their offer in a way that becomes appealing. What they have is, I've got a coaching program and this is the price and here's the kind of things we'll be working on. So they describe what happens after a person buys, but what they're not describing is what the person is looking for up until that point that they make that buying commitment. Yeah. And so this for me is really key. So if you have a coaching program already, do you have it packaged into an offer? Do you have it on a web page or on a PDF or on a PowerPoint presentation, but somewhere where you clearly can show and present or demonstrate your offer? And if you don't have that, I'd seriously recommend, guys, you get my free NBI offer worksheet. It's a PDF and it comes with a walkthrough video. So if you want a copy of that, just comment NBI underneath this. I've given this out to a lot. I've had people fill it in. They've DM'd me. They've sent me pictures of what they've filled in from the worksheet. And they're like, thank you, Leon. I've just created a new $5,000 offer based on your walkthrough video and worksheet. Like literally the content that I put out really good content, even if I do say so, guys. For me, it's not about holding stuff back, because I know that you guys know that the best way that you can get results is through what? through coaching, right? So I give out a lot of stuff because I know at some point you guys are going to be a good fit to work with me. And so if you do want that, just let me know. But I'm going to cap up on the last part of the MBI offer before we move into step 5. So the thing that I wanted to get to, if you want to create your offer, you need to understand what are the deliverables. So what are you selling? How much does it cost? How long does it last? So if you're selling a coaching program, how long does it last? Who will take immediate action on this? Have you really identified the specific niche and the people within your niche? So you're very clear in terms of what are their problems, what are their aversions to risk, what are their objections. That's what you've got to identify. Then benefits. What is the primary benefit, aka the USP? What is the important secondary benefit? What social proof or testimonials do you have to support the specific offer? Do you have risk reversal, meaning do you have a guarantee? Can you give a money back guarantee, a satisfaction guarantee, a trial guarantee or offer? So those are your benefits. The next thing is objections. I mentioned those a little bit, but what are the main objections and how will you handle those objections? Meaning, can you articulate the answer to the objections? I find a lot of coaches don't have the answers written down, and you should have that down in your presentation or document or however you present your offer. It should be there because as a prospect reads it or sees it, it should be answering the objection that they have subconsciously in their mind as you're presenting, so that actually they can put that objection to rest and it's answered fully for them. 4th point, timeliness. Why should somebody buy now? Yeah, not because you think it's right for them. You should have a plausible reason why they should buy now. And a really good starting point is because why should you put up with the problem that you have anymore? The next part of timeliness is what can you add in to make the offer even more compelling, which might be a bonus or premiums. So those are some of the key characteristics that I have in my no-brainer irresistible offer worksheet. If you want that, comment MBI below. Let's move on to the 5th point of today's video, the more leads method. If you've just joined me, guys, remember, give me a thumbs up, give me a heart, or just comment below #team live so I know you're live with me. And if you're watching on the replay, give me a #team replay. These 5 steps, and I'm about to speak about the 5th one, these 5 steps are how you generate more leads, guys, if you're a coach and you market your business online. Now, if you haven't seen or heard me mention already, we have a challenge coming up. Me and my wife, she's an amazing marketer, by the way. She runs a 7-figure business, and we do this challenge called More Leads, and you can see the link just at the bottom of the screen here. So let me go there. That's the link there. Just go to moreleads.live, register and get yourself a ticket. It starts on the 27th of June. I've had numerous coaches on this training. They've said it's like the best training that they've ever been part of. It's literally 1 hour a day for 5 days. But if you're serious about generating leads and taking your coaching business to like 20K plus a month, this challenge is for you. So if you're an established coach, you're already generating, between 5 to 15K plus. You could even be generating around about 30, but you're looking for the specifics of how to update your marketing and sales systems and how you can take your message to the next level. This challenge is for you. So let me get on to the 5th point. One of the big things of social media in this day and age is that ultimately a lot of people end up in your DMs. Like, that's the go-to place, whether you're on Instagram, whether you're on TikTok, whether you're on Facebook or LinkedIn. DMs is where the real sales conversations take place. And what I often find is that, and you've probably found this, guys, can you confirm, do you get a lot of spam where people they slide into your DMs and they straight up, they pitch you? There's no relationship built. There's no rapport built. There's nothing of value. They're just there to just push an offer. And quite often as a coach, I get it daily. I've got appointment setters in my DMs who are just DMing me. I've got other people who, you can tell their VA is managing their social media account because it's not their true voice. And you can tell when a person's been genuine in DMs. So what I want to share with you is how to slide into DMs without being pushy, sleazy, where you win friends and influence people, like the famous book, How to Win Friends and Influence People, where you build up relationships, you build rapport, and you never push. You simply wait until the time is right. And if you follow what I shared with you in Hot Qualified Leads and you get my guide, The Secret Client Magnet, you'll understand how to put the right content out so that those people you've built a relationship with will eventually, and sometimes it can happen within 24 hours, become a prospect and a client. So I've had many people who I've connected with, we've had, really quick rapport, ask a few specific questions, and off the back of that, they've seen some of my content because they've wanted to find out a bit more about me. And off the back of my content, which is what I spoke about in step 3, they've then inquired about some of my programs. And I've had a number of people who've literally invested like $5,000 plus within 24 hours of knowing me. So don't believe the hype if people say, oh, you've got to have, like your value ladder, you got to have a tripwire product and then a medium product and then a high product. I've had people go straight to $5,000 plus within 24 hours. Anyway, so what is it? Sliding into DMs. Well, I have something that I actually created earlier. If you want to get my exact script on how to speak to people in your DMs when you've built up a relationship, or people have come across your content and you want to do it in such a way that it's not pushy and that it has a real conversation flow, a real rhythm, just comment below this video the letters CBC, Charlie Bravo Charlie. That stands for Confirm by Chat. So I have a script I call Confirm by Chat because the biggest thing for me and my clients is that they want to get prospects who confirm in chats that they're interested about the offer that we spoke about in step 4 and that they want to book a call. Yeah. So if you want to get that script, it's already done for you. Just comment below this video, CBC, and you can see, as I said, guys, I give out a lot of great content. And the reason being, and at some point you'll want to work with me. So if I give you my best stuff now, you're then going to need the next step, which is, as coaches, we all know, people need guidance. They need to be coached. They need to be shown the things that they're not seeing, right? The angles that you can't see anymore. So sliding into DMs is all around how to create rhythm. So I'm going to give you the key steps of what you can get from my CBC worksheet. It has a walkthrough video as well. I think the walkthrough video is like 15 minutes. So I talk you through how to use the script and how to edit it for your specific business, your niche, and to make sure there's a real flow for you. So what I'm going to do, guys, I'm going to open up my Confirm by Chat script, and I'm going to give you the key steps that you need to understand if you want to create your own DM script without being pushy, sleazy, and you attract more clients. Guys, in my upcoming More Leads Challenge, the 5-day challenge, like I cover all of this in great detail and walk you through and give you feedback on how to construct your own script. So if you are genuinely serious about taking things to the next level right now in your business, just let me know. Right. Let's open this. Okay, Confirm by Chat. Right, so I'm just going to get this PDF in the background. So let's see if it will open. Right, so I'm going to try one more method. If it doesn't open, you know what? I'm going to share exactly my own version that I give away to my clients. That's probably the quickest thing to do right now. I've just had a fresh, brand new install on my laptop. So I've got a few programs there. They're not quite set up properly. So I don't want to take too long. I'm just going to talk you through exactly the kind of things that you can expect from the actual worksheet. Here we are. So let me share my screen. And let's see, add to stream, remove that one. I'm going to add stop screen and share, and then let you guys see what I've got in store for you. Okay, so Confirm by Chat, Google Docs. Right. So this is just a snippet, guys. But if, like I said, if you want my full script and the explanation and the breakdown, like this is my actual live script that I use. So I'm just going to give you a bit of the flow so you understand how this works. So sliding into sales. I call it sliding into sales. It's about sliding into DMs, but done the right way with integrity. With morals, like, because the way that I run my business, it's all about permission based, meaning that the people that I interact before they become a client, it's because they've given me permission. And I feel that running a business from that specific space sets you up with integrity when a person actually becomes a client, right? Because they're going to see more of the insides of how you run a business. So for me, that's what this script is all about. So what you'll notice is, first of all, you connect Yeah. And so the person's probably in your DMs. And so you probably said hi, whatever their name is. That's the first step. And then once you connect, there's qualify. So I'm just giving you the 3 key parts. So there's connect, qualify, and then there's convert. Those are the 3 steps to confirm by chat. And as I said, if you want the worksheet, let me know. There's a 15-minute walkthrough video and it's yours. But you can see here the script that I've just zoomed in on. You can see, look, the first thing I start off with when somebody's interested, and they're interested usually because of my content that I put out here, which I spoke about in step 3. If you missed any of the video here, guys, just go back to the beginning after I finish this live stream and just rewatch this video. And I really recommend it because this is the kind of stuff that's generating 50K plus for me and my clients a month. This isn't any BS, guys. So we spoke about the kind of content that you can generate leads with in step 3. Sliding into DMs now is all about qualifying. Yeah. So at this point, the first question I ask is, I'd like to ask you a few questions to make sure I'd be a good match to help you. Is that okay? Always permission-based. And you can see the next step is, I'd like to know what kind of clients do you coach or work with. So I'm qualifying. But also what I want you to understand, guys, and you'll know more and see and understand more when you get my Confirm by Chat script worksheet and the walkthrough video about the way that you respond to people, the rhythm that you have and the flow you have within the conversation. And you can see I then move on to, and then I want to know what kind of coaching a person does one-on-one or in groups, and then we move on from there. And so I've just given you the first parts, and then there's a few other steps where you kind of dive deeper into what a person's problems are. But here's the cool thing. None of my questions are huge paragraphs. They're about rhythm and flow. Yeah. And this is where most people go wrong as coaches, because what they want, they really want to know a lot of information, but because they don't have a real powerful script, they create paragraphs of questions, which confuses a person. And you can imagine if you're speaking to somebody in your DMs and it's like paragraphs, like the person is just going to ghost you. They're not going to respond to your questions because it's like too much. When you're speaking to people in your DMs and you've got somebody who's a warm lead and you're qualifying, moving them to the I guess the stage of being a prospect, it's about allowing that conversation to be easy. Why? Because in a person's mind, they're going to think it's easy to speak with you. It's easy to work with you. I want to know more about you because you're building up a nice rapport, that it's easy, there's flow, and you're a cool person. And, you know, I've even had people who say, you shouldn't have a script. You're going to come across like a robot or feel like it's scripted. No, if you have the right script, just think of Hollywood actors and actresses. When you watch an amazing blockbuster film, you don't think, oh, they're reading from a script, do you? Or they've memorized the script. No, you make it your own. And that's the key thing that I want to share with you guys. So if you want a copy of my free CBC worksheet, Confirm by Chat worksheet, just comment CBC below this. I'll come to you after this live stream video and send you the link so you can get a copy of it. Right then, guys, so we've just covered sliding into sales, and we got like the key parts now. So hopefully in your mind, you're building up like a picture of like, what's this going to be for me? I'm just going to share a couple of results of my clients and what they've generated using the 5 steps that I've shared with you. Look, this was Denise, £10,100. That's like $14,000. I think it can be a 25K a month. This was using the NBI offer method, as well as the Confirm by Chat. Yeah. So these are my clients, some of my clients. Let's go into another one. This is Haroon. So Haroon, 2 new clients, 10K and a potential of another 10,000. Amazing. So we did like literally £10,000 in one day. Yeah, closing. And what did he say? He said, Leon, thank you for your bloody amazing support. I've always hoped I'd find a business coach or mentor who I have a lot of respect for. You're the only one who's made the mark as far as I'm concerned. Thank you very much, Haroon. Very kind words. This is another client. This is a she. She did £15,300 to $21,000 in 1 month. Look, 10K overall. One client, 2.8K, 2K, 4.5K, 1.5K, 2.5K. Confirmed another patient. All of this confirmed by chat, right? And so the stuff that I'm sharing with you, and I'm sharing these testimonials so you understand that the stuff that Leon is sharing is not BS, guys. Like, I just want you to understand it's not theory. This is implemented by me and implemented by my clients. So here's the next steps that I want to share with you. Me and my wife, I mentioned already, we've taken a lot of coaches literally from a standing start. And in one case, I had one client who came to me $93,000 in debt. And I was able to help him get to 7 figures plus. And the actual result I'll share with you in a moment. It's such an amazing case study. And we regularly charge from 5 to 40K to work with us. And now we're offering you the opportunity to get our best training, literally our best training. I've already shared with you, I've got some amazing worksheets, but imagine when you're led through those worksheets and more, I'm sure you're going to get a lot more of your answers and a lot more results happening in your business, literally for a fraction of the price of what people work with us for. So usually if somebody was going to join us on the same time for our challenge, they'd invest something like $2,700 equivalent. But our challenge coming up, literally you can grab a ticket for $97. That's about £73, right? Simply go to moreleads.live. So www.moreleads.live. It's taking place from the 27th of June until the 1st of July. It's just 1 hour a day. It's 2 hours a day if you choose the VIP option and you want coaching with me and my wife, Magdalena. As I mentioned already, she's another 7-figure business owner. She really does a great job. And I'd love for you guys to join us on the challenge. So here's the next steps, guys. When you join the challenge, we understand that $97 or £73 is not a lot of money. And we're not trying to get rich off the back of this. What we're looking for is committed people who perhaps want to join us after the challenge because they're just blown away with the outcomes, the answers, and the results they get during the challenge. I think one of our attendees on the challenge the last time, one of them got over 100 leads within or on the Wednesday, because on the Wednesdays where we talk about how to construct your message, they put the message out and within 24 hours they got over 100 leads. So what's included in the challenge, I'll just let you know. We give you the social personal branding worksheet, the hot lead source worksheet. We'll give you 5 hand-raising templates, so content that will get you leads on social media. The MBI offer worksheet that I mentioned, you can get now, but we give that as well as part of the challenge, and the confirmed by chat worksheet, but we give a slightly different one within the challenge, so a slightly improved version. We also give you the SQS super qualifying script on how to actually sell over the phone or over Zoom when you've got your hot prospects ready to buy your program. And that's all included into the challenge, guys. So if you're interested, just go to the link that you see on the screen there. So moreleads.live, opt in, name, email, and just scroll down, just click on, grab your ticket. And it starts at $97. It's a no-brainer, guys. Like literally, for that week, we're going to show you how to generate leads and get you clients on social media. Everything is shown with examples. This is not theory, guys. This is real world examples that me, my wife, and my clients get results from. So if you're interested in that, please do make sure you join us on the challenge, guys. Yeah, honestly, next level. So I said I'll show you a couple more results. So here is a couple of my other clients, and I just want you to see these so you can see, look, Dwayne, another coach, generated 28,000 in 1 month. We just got to the point where, and this was off Instagram, an Instagram post, just using our method, using our structure for his messaging. This is another client, just from how to identify his niche properly, went literally from a first sale, a 3K sale, to 100K in 4 months, as you can see. Yeah, that was Matt, and that one was Dwayne. And then I said I'd show you one more, which is one of my favorite. Actually, there's one more here. This is Rafi, did 116,000 in 2.5 months. He was a consultant. And here's that client that I said who did 7 figures. In the first 3 months, as it says here, in 3 months and 1 week, he did 768,000. By the time we'd finished with him the full campaign, 6 months, he'd done $1.47 million in coaching sales. He was selling a 50,000 and 100,000 coaching program, and you can see what the numbers came in. But the key was us getting to his niche and having that NBI offer, no-brainer, irresistible offer to put in front of the niche. And then he got his buyers, which was an amazing result, right, guys? So if you're interested, you want to find out more, remember, just join me on the challenge. Go to moreleads.live. If you want to chat to me and you've got any specific questions either about the challenge or about what I've shared with you today, just DM me. You will get a real human being replying, which is me. And so, you know, I'm looking forward to speaking to you guys. So on that note, I'm going to be finishing up. My name is Leon Street, a visionary marketing coach, helping you to go to the next level if you're an established coach and you want to hit consistent 15 to 30K months by selling what you do best, your coaching program. So on that note, guys, take care, and I'll catch up with you soon.